Always nice to see you, Mr. Fitz.
Good morning, Chair Greenlick and committee. My name is Kevin Fitz. I'm a volunteer with the Oregon Mental Health Consumer Association. We're an all-volunteer group of folks who tries to lift the voice of public mental health consumers within your Oregon system. Thanks a lot again for your nice compliment you said on Tuesday, Chair Greenlick. I really respect your mind and your heart about these issues particularly. I am here just as a community stakeholder and a person who gets mental health services. I'm not here representing, but I want to just remind you that this body, the legislative authority in Oregon, I think it was 11 years ago, created what is called the Oregon Consumer Advisory Council. And I know that you, Chair Greenlick, have served for a long time on the Oregon State Hospital Advisory Board. Within OHA, there's a 25-person consumer council of folks all across Oregon from rural frontier and the metro area with lived experience of serious mental health and addictions disorders. So both folks with A&D issues, problem gambling issues, folks with behavioral health issues, suicide survivors, folks who are on the spectrum and struggle with some autism-like challenges. So that council exists, and by proxy, we advise Director Steve Allen, but ultimately we were formed to give advice to Governor Brown on direction of public mental health services. So I just want to let you know the Oregon Consumer Advisory Council exists. We're not as fortunate as the Alcohol and Drug Policy Commission. We don't have a administrator of that platform. We get administrative support from OHA, but we chair that and support that all through volunteer activity. So just want to let you know that that exists. And there has been times with interim roles that there has been challenges of feeling like you have this 25-person consumer council. Where is the product? Where is the messaging? We at my nonprofit organization has reached out to Secretary of State and said, probably not the time to raise it now, but ultimately, if this roadmap commission takes off and launches, one of the things we'd like to put on your plate is to ask this question. We've had this Oregon Consumer Advisory Council in statute for probably 9 or 10 years at this point. Has it been effective? Have you, as a legislative body who created this, have you heard what they've been talking about? You know, there's a lot of players at the table. There's judicial, there's CCOs, there's managed care, pharmaceutical companies, and oftentimes the unfunded grassroots public mental health consumer voice struggles to compete in getting the attention consequentially of legislatures to understand what we're talking about. And so just wanted to let you know that that particularly exists and to keep that in your mind when you're making decisions, when you roll out your roadmap commission. Like I said on Tuesday, I'm incredibly supportive of this idea. I love your idea of a long range sort of bringing all players together. And again, we just asked, we reached out to Senator Gelser to ask whether she could fold in our request of 20% of your roadmap commission of your 12 appointees be individuals who have lived with behavioral health issues and are not wearing dual hats as a lobbyist or a government relations person or a pharmaceutical company or something like that. So so that's all I have to say. Who knew that there was going to be Tonka trucks all over town blocking the road?
Kevin, thank you very much. Are there any questions at this point?
I can.
Thank
you, Chair Greenlick. I just wanted to, it's not really a question, just more, again, an acknowledgement. I mean, I've only been here for, a year and a half now, my second session. And I have really just always appreciated, Mr. Fitz, you coming and sharing your experience with us. And I really love that idea of making sure that we have that consumer voice on that body.
Just one point. Thank you very much, Representative Mitchell. One point that I was on Director Saxon's, the previous Oregon Health Administrators Behavioral Health Collaborative, and in their initial executive summary that they put forward in 2017, they estimated that 850,000 Oregonians sought some sort of A&D behavioral health counseling services. Mm-hmm. So in a population of 4 million of us, 850,000 mental health consumers, both commercial and public. You know, and as you know, there's 25% of us Oregonians are Medicaid members, so we're a huge amount of the state of Oregon in our population. The challenge is, without significant financial supports, it's sometimes more challenging to get you know, our chip or our voice in the processes. So.
Well, even within a business, if you're developing a product, you want to develop something that sells, and you'll never know what sells if you don't ask the people who might be interested in buying the product.
Yeah.
And so I think it's incredibly important that we have consumers on board.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I just want to say this is an awful lot of esteem for you and the community, just in the health community in the metro area, for some of the things that you've done as well. So anyway, thank you very much, folks.
Thank you. I'm going to close the